Playoff football, 8U PeeWee. The Buda Jags in the black and gold, taking on the Lockhart Lions, black in color. They got maroon tops on. These two faced each other earlier in the season, week 2. Jags came out on top with a 12-6 victory, a close football game. The Lions opened up their season 0-3 and played a pretty tough schedule, and then they've done nothing but win 5 in a row since then. They're 5-3 coming into the football game. The Jags 7-1, their only stumble in a 1-point or 1 touchdown difference game against the Toros, who are the only unbeaten team in the league without a tie. And so they would be the heavy 1 seed favorite of the league. And the Jags would love to get a taste of them again, perhaps on the other side of the bracket in the championship game at Rattler Stadium, but you can't get there until you get through the first pieces of obstacles. Captains, Darren, Teo, Sarin, and Brody at midfield. They're the home team with the better record, and so Lockhart will call the toss, and if the Jags win it, they'll take the football. Here comes the toss and the call, and we'll see with the referee with the white cap, and he looks to the visiting or the home team Jags as if we won the toss. So Darren will tell him we want the football. Likely the Lions will go downhill and defend left to right, and we'll see you at the kickoff. This morning it was raining a bit, so the grass may be damp. It's dry right now but cloudy, about 70 degrees, and the wind is blowing out of the east across to our face, which could hinder any passing that either one of these teams would like to do, and they both may try some. Back deep for the Jags, Sarin and Brody Bell on their 35-yard line. And this field does tilt downhill left to right, and so this ball can roll a bit. And we'll wait on the chains and be back for the kick. Whistle blows to put this one in motion, and round 2, playoff football. It's going to find all the way back deep, and it was a good kick. Sarin's chasing it, going to try to scoop it up and make something happen. And he's going to move to his right, now back out to the outside, still on his feet. Here comes Sarin, and they find him at the 30 before he could get turned loose, so he got about 10 on the return, and the 31-yard line, the home of the start for the Jag offense. A 4th down front for the Lions. Darren gonna keep her on the outside, trying to get past the first guy. Got him, and now down the field he goes. Darren running, cuts inside, back outside, and then found as he crosses the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards on the play, and the Jags liking how that one started. Jags going with some pace here and trying to get reset with some quick tempo. Brody alone in the backfield. Darren. Handoff to Teo. Now he's going to go outside and now try to go upside, and 13 got him. So 13 responsible for that tackle, playing the left defensive tackle spot for the Lions. And then a timeout taken on the Lions as they had a personnel situation. String to the left side, 2nd and 11 from the 39, and we've got movement, and that's Gio, and he is false starting for a 5-yard penalty. Gio lined up across from number 13, and so that may be why he tried to get a premature movement, knowing that he might have his hands full with him. And the ball on the ground, Brody gonna get it and bounce to the outside. 5 around the edge, and there he goes. Brody Bell streaking down the sideline. They're trying to catch him, and 7 track in and won't get him. In the end zone is Brody, and it just took a couple plays of offense in the Jags strike. PAT try has the Jags in a strength left situation. Darren gonna keep it around the edge, and they've turned him in, and they find him, and they able to contain the outside that time. It's a 6-0 ball game. Go get it! Kickoff collapses as the return man gets it and falls on it. Spot just inside of Lion Country, 49-yard line. It's a shotgun, no, under center, excuse me, 2 in the backfield, a pro set look. String to the right side, long count, and a direct snap to the backfield. Here comes Thunder, and Darren makes the tackle, but they got a 1st down on that one. And so like the Jags, the Lions want to go with pace. 11 and 8, the wingbacks to the far side. Quarterback is in the gun. And 6 keeps up the middle. Darren stripped it, and the ball loose, and the Jags got it. How about Darren coming in there and ripping that ball wide out? Give him an early helmet sticker for that one. Tackling the football is something that every coach coaches at every level, and when you see it performed with such excellence as you do in 8U football, it's a big deal. And the Jags break the huddle with 12. And so that should be a penalty. And they let him get past it. Teo gonna get it on a sweep, moving outside. And now they do throw a flag, but that's gonna probably be on a hold in the backfield. The Lockhart Lions stretching the field out well on defense, and the Jags having a hard time getting around the edges. A big hole after the hold, and it's 1st and 20, backed up on the 31-yard line. Lockhart not playing any safeties. They've got 2 middle linebackers back deep, but everybody else on the front. And a pitch to Brody, trying to get outside, and won't be able to, he slips that tackle, staying on his feet. Brody Bell, down the sideline, and still on his feet, still alive, and there goes Brody! Cuts inside, still moving, 5 still going, and they won't get him! Brody Bell's gonna get his 2nd score of the day, how about that? Slippery feet, and the Jags strike twice. So a couple of Lions injured on the play get up and walk off on their own power, so that's what you want to see. Meanwhile, the Jags line up for extra point number 2. First one failed. See if they can make good on this 2-point conversion. And Jamel in the ball game along with Teo in the backfield. Let's go, Jags! And Darren under center, and we wait for a late arrival on the defense. Lines up on the edge there. They wind the clock. And Darren just looking to quarterback sneak it. And the commotion too big in the front. And I don't know if forward progress would have got him in there or not. It doesn't look like any signal given. No good, we'll stick at 12. Colby, your kicker. And kicking off for the 2nd time today. This one spirals and won't get 10 yards. Didn't get a hold of that one. And the Lions will have the recovery right there and likely keep it. It may have been illegal touching as it may have hit one of the Jag players first, but Lockhart will decline it and take the ball inside Jag territory. First down, start of quarter 2. 6 gonna keep it again behind his blockers. And off to the edge, and he's got some space. And there goes 6, and he's into the secondary before he's taken down. And he had a lot of area as the blocker, the wall was formed, and the Jags never penetrated. So first down after just one play, new set, 6, gonna keep it again. If it's not broke, then don't fix it, and he's off to the races again. And into the secondary, there is a flag in the backfield to hold on the offense, so it'll come back. But nevertheless, the Jags are gonna have to find an answer for getting through that wall of blockers. So the Lions showing they're built primarily on size and power, although here comes 5, and he's gonna take his turn at a quarterback keeper, and he's gonna move around the left side. Grady Hale in there, couldn't find him. Teo slips off. And Sarin trying to track him. Teo finds him, and Sarin hanging on, and he blocks him off. And the power of the Lions strikes, and the Jags don't have an answer for that. About 5 chest-high tackles trying to be made by the Jags, but football is run with feet, not chest, and that's why you have to tackle low. Here comes a quarterback sneak up the middle, moving the pile, and the power not there. This time it fails, and no extra points have been scored in the game, 12-6, and this is the score of the football game in week 2 as it finaled. Return team for the Jags set up for the 2nd time today. And 16, the player with his palms up to the air, was the one who was hurt earlier, so he's back in at the contained man side. Kickoff deep, and Grady tries to pick it out of the air, and Zeus will have it, wrap up that ball, keep it tight, and tackled there after about a pickup of 2 or 3. So Jags are set up on their 45-yard line. There's 5:20 on a running clock in the first half with a 12-6 lead. Teo and Brody in the pro set behind Darren. Darren pitches to Teo. Teo trying to get off a 7, and he does, and now back through the middle, still moving. Teo still running, and finally found as he crosses the center. A lot of running, but only a pickup of about 4. 2nd and 6, 4:20 in the first half. And this may be a game of offense for these two squads. Just make sure you score. Darren looking to throw it and shakes the tackle. He's just going to keep it. Moving to his side, trying to slip tackles and upended there after a first down scramble. Looking for Sarin on the deep ball. Sarin may have had a step on 7, the corner, who was running with him, so it's not like he forgot to go with him. But Darren thought better of it, and it wound up as a first down. A string to the right side situation here for the Jags. Darren gonna keep it. A good block by Teo on the edge. Springs Darren, and Darren downfield again. Puts the brakes on, still moving. Down the sideline, and out of bounds after another first down. Browns got another one. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. Brody alone in the backfield, and we may see a dose of him this time. Some fresh feet in the mix. And it's going to be Bell on a dive. And off tackle, and he's found by 16, the defensive end on this side. But Bell does climb forward for 2. 2nd and 8 as we pause at the 2-minute warning. Same formation, string to the right side. Darren, handoff to Teo up the middle. Teo into the second level, and then found by number 5 at the safety spot, and he's got a first down. So back from the timeout, Jags have one more left, 1:49 showing in the first half, and they can get a first down before scoring in the form of about the 4-yard line, it looks like. They're going to move the strength side to the far side of the field and go to the left. We'll see if they stay that way or go weak side. Darren under center, Brody alone in the backfield. And drop the ball on the ground, and Darren gets it back. Boy, that was closer than you'd like, and it's going to take time off the clock, and they need to reset and run a play if they want to keep this timeout in their pocket. Certainly would like to go into halftime with a 2-score lead. 1:17 and moving is the clock situation. Strength to the left side, and the ball spotted back around the 16-yard line, 17 perhaps. Darren, clean snap this time, drops back, looking for Grady. He's got him. Darren's going to keep it all the way. Dips his shoulder, stays in, still moving. Bulls a kid over, still going, and Darren out of bounds at the 2. That should stop the clock. Touchdown. No. Did he put the hands up?
Step out of bounds.
And it stops the clock at 54 seconds. Don't know why the referee put his hands up in the air. No, it was running, it was out of bounds. So as it turns out, Darren actually stepped out around the 6-yard line, it looks like, and so it wasn't even a first down. Here comes 3rd down, 30 seconds on the clock. Darren looking for Brody, gives it to Brody on a little counter, and Brody going outside. God, he's got the speed to do it. He'd get chewed out at every level of football, but when you got the speed to do it, I guess you can get away with it. It looked like he had a hole off tackle, the 3rd score on the board. So 4 touchdowns in this game, scored no extra points. We'll see if the Jags can break that trend. And it's a pro set. Darren under center, drops back, looking to hit Grady. He's got him if he wants him, and it's underthrown. Darren just never put it on him. And the clock gonna roll, so that's the half. 18-6, nope, now they stop it. He did do the wind the clock, so they will do a kickoff here. Nope, and now he's putting more time back on, I guess. Nope, he's saying that is the half. I don't know what he's saying. That signal to put the ball up in the air means the quarter. So Jags will kick off. Colby sticks this one spiraling style, and does get 10 yards and live for a minute. Boy, that was actually a pretty result. And Chucky was barreling down, and we'll see if they give them any time left or not. The clock shows 0. And I guess he's gonna say 4 seconds. It looked like he had 4 fingers up in the air. 5 seconds. 5 seconds for one play. And everybody up close to the line of scrimmage except for 7 in the backfield. You have the feeling that maybe you'll get some kind of trickery. It's everybody off to the right side. 7 gonna keep it. And Darren sticks him and hangs on and up him in the style that Brown has made accustomed this season. So Colby to kick. And the ball goes a little higher this time, 2nd line, and they're not gonna take any chances as he collapses to a knee. So a strong game of quarterback keeping from the Lions. Looks like a little confusion on them. They've got everybody to the right side of the center except for 5, and now they're gonna say a false start. So I don't know if you can see from the camera angle, but there is not any left guard, left tackle, anybody outside of the center. 7 gonna keep it the whole way. Noah turns him in. Soren swings and misses, and 7 down the sideline and tackled by Teo, I think. Jamel, rather, the safety, makes that tackle at midfield. So everybody to the left side of the football, you almost say put Brody or Darren, your speedsters, right off the edge and let them chase it from the backside. Here it comes this way this time. And Darren couldn't quite hang on, and now Sarin, first guy next, and then the whole student body of the Jags, but they got a first down after 2 plays. So Lockhart not trying to trick anybody, though this time they do put the football in the center of the offensive line. 6 back in the gun, and he's going to keep it the string side right up the football field, and Brody's got a leg, and he gets about 4, which is successful offensive movement. 2nd and 7 just inside the 40 going in. 6 and 5 in the backfield, ball back in the center of the offensive line. 5's got most of his blockers to his right side, and that's the direction he'll go. Grady trying to get him from the backside. Can't quite find him, and then Brody Bell on the bottom again. And 3rd down and short, but they're picking up 4 yards a play, which is enough to keep those sticks moving if that's what they do. Here comes 3rd down. I don't know that we've seen a 4th down by either team all game long. And quarterback sneak forward, and he's got the first as the pile moves. And now the Jags trying to get forward progress to stop, and it does. And they pick up about 3 on it, just inside the 30. First down on the 29-yard line, number 6 alone in the backfield. And this time he's going to give a handoff, and Teo in there to lay the wood. And there is a flag down. So an ill-timed offsides penalty for the Jags. Replays first down, but closer this time about the 25-yard line. The good news if you're a Jag fan is this drive is taking a lot of time off the clock. 5 going to keep it. Left edge. Truckee trying to turn him in. Brody finds him down low, and Darren finishes him off. And he got about 3. So 2nd down, but before it can go, it's a false start on the offense, and that'll back them back up. So spot now about the 28-yard line. And 5 will take the snap this time, it looks like. You kind of don't know. It is going to be 5. And there's a hole up the middle. And a swing and a miss. And he's still moving before he's found. And it's a first down. Jags have not had an answer all day. It's not wide. It's not outside. It's right off tackle. The Gallo twins checks in for Grady at the defensive end spot. 5 going to come this side, I believe.
Watch 5!
And here he comes. And Teo, first man to him. And they get another 4 or 5 on it. 2nd and 5, just outside the 10. 1:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. 5 lined up behind center, but it could go to 6. And it is going to go to 6, and he's going to go to the left side. Looking for room off the edge, and tackled by Brody. So this drive may take the entire length of the 3rd quarter without the Jags having the football one time. 5 under center, he's going to push forward and has the score. Touchdown, power football on that drive. 12-18 ball game. An extra point here could be helpful for the offense and a bummer for the defense as it cuts it inside of a score if they were to get it. Extra point. And should see a quarterback sneak right up the middle. 5's going to take it around the edge and jump in. He's got it. And the first extra point of the day belongs to the Lions. It's a 14-18 ball game, 4-point spread. Jags will have it for the first time this half coming up. So the Lions with a premature kick, as we called a timeout, because we weren't set. They went awful fast for that ball, but I thought maybe they'd do an onside. They just tipped their cap and kicked it deep. And so they may kick it deep again. And a spiraling kick. They need to come up and get that. And Zeus saves the day and covers it. Boy, that would be deadly. So likely the Jags will take their time on this drive, trying to chew as much clock as they can off. Lions have showed that they can move the football, just not quickly, but the Jags don't have an answer, so the best strategy here is to try to keep the ball away from their offense. Darren gonna keep it. Around the edge, Brody out in front, and there goes Darren. Down the sideline, cuts inside, back to the outside, and Darren showing he's the best athlete on this football field by a mile. 1 play is all the Jags need to extend that lead to 2 scores. Extra point, important. Darren just gonna keep it around the left side, and he's gonna walk in. He's got it. 26-14, 7:55. Lions offense coming up next. Ball squibbing, and the Lions, I think, get it. And they'll have it at the 45, and the Jags defense gonna see if they can't stop that power game. First down, Lions, 6:30 in the ball game. And it's 5 behind center this time. In the gun. Gonna follow 8 in motion. I don't think 8's had a carry all day. 5 to the outside. And no tackle made on the edge there, and Brody comes up and has the lower edge. It's a 7-yard pickup though, and the Lions pick up where they left off.
Let's go.
2nd and 4. Lions moving with as much quick tempo as they can. Ball just inside Jag territory. And Grady was in there in a hurry but couldn't find him. And 7 tackled by the middle linebacker core of Darren and Brody. 5:17 on the clock as it's moving. A 2-score football game. 6 and 5 in the backfield. Ball in the center of the offensive line. Feel funny having to announce that. And a flag thrown on the defense, but that, unless contact was made, that shouldn't be a dead ball. It's on the offense. It looks like, even though this side judge pointed to the defense. So a little conference there between the two referees, and they don't change anything, so it does go against the offense. First down from the 47-yard line, going in. And Grady found him but couldn't hang on, but now Truckee and Noah tag team for that TFL. You kind of like the corner blitzes. The Lions haven't done it. That's false start there, and they got him for it. 2nd and a little more than 20 as it's backed up into Lions territory. And boy, have you ever seen the dichotomy more of these two offenses here, a power game and a speed game. 5, turned in by Grady, and he's found, and then Brody helps finish him off. And Hale finally getting a tackle on the edge there, and the defensive end doing his job. 3rd and long, 47-yard line. This time 6 is on 5's right side to the near side, but strength to the far left side, and they're going to follow that way. 6, off tackle. Brody found him, and Darren tackled the football and nearly came out. He slipped him. Darren took the ball out of his hands, and Darren's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Jags, and that's Darren's 2nd takeaway by tackling the football of the game. One showing his stuff. A 32-14 spread after the defensive touchdown. And that may be the Jags' first defensive touchdown of the year. I'd have to go back and look. Here comes the extra point. Darren moving to his right side, keeping the ball alive, shakes the tackler, trucks a guy, and then loses the ball. And they say no good, did not break the plane with it, so we'll stick at 32. So a small pause for the 2-minute warning as Colby prepares to kick this one into the wind and a light drizzle that started now. End over end kick, and it's live for a minute, bouncing around. 8 gonna get it and move to his outside. Down the sideline he goes. And Jamel trucking him down, and Jamel gonna tackle him and save the touchdown, but they'll have a short field inside the 10. First down and goal from the 9, and should see 5 keep this one to the left. So you can guess what the Lions are doing every play, but if you can't stop it, it really doesn't matter. And now Teo in there and wraps him up. No gain, and that time the Jags sniff it out and execute. Lions took a timeout, so 40 seconds paused on the clock, and they're trying to punch in their 3rd score of the afternoon. An 18-point game as it stands right now. 5 and 6 in the backfield as they've been all game. 6 gonna keep it off the tackle, left to edge. Truckee tried to find him, couldn't quite, and the tackle is made just shy of the goal line. Clock will run, and now it'll stop, and maybe the final timeout taken by the Lions with a half a minute to go. 30 seconds, spot the 3-yard line, and a 3rd down. They put it in the backfield. 6 powers his way forward and falls in for the touchdown. Grady was in the backfield but just couldn't reach him in time. And 20-32 as it stands now, but the clock moving, and they will get to run this extra point, but likely it will be the final play of the football game. So PAT try to come, and 11, the wingback, takes his spot over with 8. Heavy to the left side, and 6 will get it and keep it. Strep the middle, and Darren finds him and throws him down. No good, and the ball game in your hands. 32-14, the final here. The Jags win and advance to the semifinals. Well, they'll play the winner of either the Red Raiders and the Matadors, who are about to take shape right after this, and we'll be there. We'll see you then.